will be our last class next Wednesday, and then we fly out next Thursday. Already, we'll go to Sweden, we'll fly to Denmark, and then back to Thailand in July. But for us tonight, we wanted to share some resources with you all. After we leave here, once you leave the class, then what are tools, what are some resources at your disposal? Many people, we all learn different ways. So for us is we want you all to be successful. We want you to have all the necessary tools that you can use. And for myself, myself and Venerable Michael, this class is quite special because as of 2 weeks ago, Venerable Michael, this was his anniversary, 10 years of walking into this center, trying to find his path. And this is the home where he started his spiritual journey. For myself, my journey started in Los Angeles, finding a center over there as well. And for us, when we were on the path, we didn't know what to do. We didn't know the resources. We walked into the temple in the beginning, and a lot of the teachings of Buddhism that we're learning, it's housed in Thai. I'm like, I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what it is. We tried to learn Buddhism. I would walk into the class, and they're like, well, the human is comprised of 5 aggregates. I'm like, I don't know what you just said, but my aggregates are suffering, and I need tools. And for me as a Westerner going on this path, for me is, I'll do anything. I'll do anything. I want to be peaceful. I want better habits. I want to change my mind, but give me the tools. Tell me exactly what to do. And on this path for us, we have the luxury of becoming monks, staying in the monastery for some time. We've been able to collect a compilation of resources that would be available to you. Some of the things that are not available, we figure, let's create it ourselves. Let's make it in a very digestible, simple, practical things that I can use into my life. And like I said, everyone learns differently, but for tonight, after you leave here, we just want to give you a list of tools that you can already use and practice every single day. But with that, I'll have Venerable Michael start.
All right, so we have a lot of different tools that we've created over the past 5 years or so. And the most recent one actually is one that we haven't shared with you yet. So I kind of wanted to do a bit more of a detailed walkthrough of this one. So we did create an app called Simply Still, which basically it has all of the meditations that myself and Venerable Nick created, and it's between 1 to 15 minutes, and they're organized in different categories, as I'll show you in just a moment. And we housed it in 2 different types of formats. One is Notion. Does anyone know Notion in here? Okay, so it's this productivity software essentially, and you can actually create your own templates. And we worked with the Notion team. They gave some of their engineers to us to use. Didn't know they did that, but I guess they wanted to support the monks, so we worked with them for about 4 months on this one, and they did a lot of stuff that we would never be able to figure out how to do, and now it's basically like a fully functioning app. And this one, how it's different is you can keep your own data. So you can track a bunch of different stuff. On our other version of this is you can't track anything. So it's a lot more simple. This one requires a little bit of tech background. You need to download Notion, and then you need to download this template onto it. So it's much more difficult than just going to the App Store and pressing download. So for those who are a little bit more tech savvy and really like to dissect their practice, this is a good one for you. So let me see if I can just find it real quick. I'm going to walk you through it all. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna have to do looking over my shoulder as I do this. So essentially, this is what the page looks like. And as you go onto this home page here, all of the meditations are housed here on this meditation library. And as you can see, there's all these different categories, such as like anxiety, stress, anger. And when you open this, it'll have these different meditations inside that you can click into. We also have morning practices. We have ones for evening. And I told you all that I'm an expert at napping. And I wasn't kidding. There's one in there that will guide you through a nap. So it's not really like meditation, but it's like, I talk to so many people and they're like, I just can't nap. I don't know how to do it. Well, you're in luck because I have a 15-minute guided nap on there. So just had to plug that one because I'm really proud of my guided nap. So for those of you who struggle with napping, check it out. Another very interesting thing that we have on this one that we don't have on the other one is a couple of longer sits. So this one is 60 minutes, this from both myself and Venerable Nick. And then we also have this silent section category, if I can get it. Yeah, so it's between like 1 to 45 minutes of just completely silent. It'll have a beginning and an ending bell. So you can use that if you prefer no guidance. There's also up here, if you come to this tab right here. Oh, it's like laggy. There we go. Nope. This favorites tab. Okay, anyway, it's not cooperating with me, but there's a ability. Okay, so once we click on the favorites tab, it's going to open up basically your favorites, where if you go to any of these specific meditations, there will be a little button that allows you to like heart it, and it will capture this in this playlist, and so you can come back to it for easy reference. It's very difficult for me to move this mouse accurately, so I'm just going to describe the rest of the things that you can do on here. So basically, when you click into it, you're going to be able to track how long you're meditating, and then once you're finished, you click a button and it will open up a journal. So it will automatically track how long it was, and then it will have these questions like, what did you do before? How was your experience inside of the meditation? What are your key takeaways? And if you decide you'd like to journal, you can capture it right there. And then it will also automatically aggregate all of this information and plot it on these graphs and show you how much did you meditate this week, this month, this year. And it has these charts that are nice and pretty. And you can also set meditation challenges for yourself. If you want to meditate a full year, you can set that challenge, and it'll show up here. There's this little information here on this little widget that's going to show you how many days you meditated in a row, and all of these different things. So this is the gist of the Simply Still on Notion. It's quite, I guess you would say, robust, and allows you to do a lot of different things. So if you're into that, I definitely recommend checking that out. This is also going to be, if you are less tech savvy and you just want to open an app button and then have it tell you what to do, then this is our other option is you can just download Simply Still, and this is on a desktop. It's going to have like your daily meditation randomized, and also a daily wisdom quote. And then there's also going to be a library of guided meditations as well, based on all those categories that I shared with you. So that's Simply Still. And that is going to be, again, helpful for people who want to experience these kind of focused around mental health meditations that are very simple, between 1 and 15 minutes. So that's something that Venerable Nick and I created ourselves. Another very great option is there's no fee. Yeah, so it's all free. So everything's free. MindGem is also another option that you have. B worked very hard to create this one to kind of spearhead the project, and it brings all of the meditation teachers in our temple who speak English into one app and also has wisdom talks from all of them. You can also read about their bios and things like that. So if you're looking for more of a broad range of topics and from many different teachers, the teachers in our temple are excellent. They're far more experienced than both of us as well. So if you want to leverage their wisdom, the things that they teach, also the meditations that they guide, this is a very good option for you. They also have a timer built in as well, and you can get updates about different events that are happening here at the temple through that. That's right? Yes. So Mind Gem is another option for you, for those of you who are interested. The next thing I do want to talk about as well is Lighthouse Retreats. So this is our online retreats. We created a 1 and 3 day retreat. This is also free. So all you have to do is you enter into this setting, and the general idea behind it is that it was designed with a manual so that if you want to do a retreat at your house, either by yourself or invite some friends over and meditate at your house, you can do it within 1 day or 3 days, which is the 3 day can be done like over a weekend. And it teaches you, it gives you a mock schedule so that it's like, at this time, turn on this video, here's some ideas about what you can do outside of this, outside of the sessions. And basically, it's going to run you through all of the fundamentals of meditation. So there's like a 30 to 45 minute teaching, followed by a 30-minute guided meditation by both myself and Venerable Nick. But if you don't want to do it consecutively over like a 3 day period, you can just absorb or look at the videos at your leisure and revisit it when you need to refresh yourself on the fundamentals. And so it teaches you a lot of stuff that we didn't have time to even get into while we were here. So if you want to deep dive into the basics of meditation, this is definitely a good resource for you. So with that, Venerable Nick, pass it back over to you.
Okay, to continue along with more resources for you, apparently there's a really good YouTube channel. So if you haven't checked out, no, I'm serious, it's quite good. To say so myself, for me, is I try to package it in a simple, practical way. There's about 400 videos. So each video is on one concept, along with practical tools that you can use for your daily life. So if you don't have not seen it, feel free to utilize it. But on a serious note, a video that I wanted to highlight is, if you type in my name with chanting, this can be a good resource. I go over what is morning chanting, what is evening chanting, and there's another one called Dhammachak chanting. And Dhammachak chanting is just an overview of kind of like the teachings of the Buddha. But these 3 chantings are so powerful. Chanting in general is so powerful. Is Natasha here? Okay, I don't think she's here, but Natasha was doing this every single day for a very long time. One of the things that chanting helps us to do is to calm your mind before meditation. Sometimes when we try to sit, okay, mind is wandering, but chanting, that alone, just hearing the sounds, you may not know what it's saying, but by putting that on, it brings your mind back. It brings that attention and that awareness back. For me, chanting was so powerful, and how did I use it when I was a layperson before I became a monk? Was I was living at that time in Malibu. I was working at a drug treatment center. So I was working as a therapist. You can imagine the clients that I was dealing with. It was stressful. How do I utilize my time? So for me is then I lived 30 minutes from my house to the place that I work. And before I was so stressed, and I would listen to the radio, I would play music, but again, that got me more stressed. And I'm like, okay, I need to do something different. So for me is then I just utilize that time. I turn on the chanting, I play it 2 times. So by the time I got to work, I'm already settled. My mind is already calm. Now I'm ready to work. I do my thing at the treatment center, then I have to go home. And as I'm driving home, I need to relax. Again, I'm high strung. This is a high stress environment, so I would play chanting 2 rounds again as I'm driving home. Allow that sound to release. So for you is, if you can, utilize it even in the background, because sometimes we leave the news on as the background. It's not helpful. It's very stressful. But sometimes just the sound of sacred chanting, let that flush. Let that flush. Let that clear through you. So again, on that YouTube channel, if you can, follow those 3 chantings, and it can be very helpful. The other resource that we have is the books in the back, and these are the books that myself and Venerable Michael wrote ourselves. Each book, it took us 1 year to write. What is Buddhism in a nutshell? Easy. The formula is stop doing bad, do good, and purify your mind. That's it. Stop doing bad, do more good, purify your mind. And these are what the books are all about. The first one is, how do you stop doing bad? That's it. The things, the habits that you have that are not healthy for you, stop doing that. This is what we're talking about for the Buddhist cleanse. We need to stop first. The second, once you stop, then do more good. This is the antidote to greed. Practice more generosity. But we have to know, what is generosity? What are the steps? What are those things? And how do you do more good? The third one is, again, then the building blocks of meditation. This is to teach you how to purify your mind. And we've read many meditation books, but I feel like for Westerners, for us, we wish we had this. Give me simple terms, give me simple language, and also then now that I understand the concept, how do I practice? How do I develop a daily meditation practice? And for us is, we wrote this to help handhold you and to guide you through this. In these books, we give you so many resources such as habit trackers, and you can print them out. You can use it on the book. This is one that someone sent to me. He is a Russian guy now living in Europe, but in the book, he meditated using that habit tracker every single day for a whole year. Every day he picked a time. Every day he sat. Every day he made a circle. Not only that, but every day he sat. Every day he crossed it off. Every day he donated $5. And he did that for a whole year. But this is how you build a habit. But definitely use these resources. And also the 4th book that we have is a journal that you can use to understand your meditation more. Now that you're sitting, study yourself. Study your mind. What is a good sit? What is a sit that had a lot of worries? Okay, how do you overcome that? But by journaling, you can put yourself under a microscope and then start to see your own patterns.